What are we doing in San Diego? Well, I haven't been able to stream for a while, so I figured I'd just hang out and talk with you guys. San Diego seems like a good time. No, not really. I'm literally only here because I don't have internet at home. So I came into Starbucks earlier today and I like knocked out a bunch of work. I did all the emails that I'm supposed to do, and yeah, I got like a lot done today. We had a meeting for booksmarts.twitch. That was really, really cool. Like, things are looking up for booksmarts.twitch, I must say. Things are actually, oh shit, coming together. There's this like, there's this van that's driving around, this like double-decker bus thing, that's just playing like weird folky music. Some people are into it, but not me so much. Hog, you're an IRL streamer now? Yep, call me Jake and Bake. Book and Bake, bro. Dude, your life seems like in a crazy place lately. Honestly, I think from the outside point of view, my life is always in a crazy place. Yeah, so life has been in a bit of a crazy place. I don't mind that it gets crazy. I mind when it gets difficult or when it gets like frustrating. Like, I don't have internet in Tijuana that's good enough to stream or do really anything. I was thinking about trying to rent in one of these. I think some of these apartment towers are actually surprisingly affordable. But man, it is like trashy here, dude. Like, it looks very nice out front and like in this area, but you go like a block that way and it's really not. Goodness gracious, it's so busy here. It's pretty swanky. Wow. There's your boat. Hypothetically, if we see you, is it rude to come up and say hi? No! Stream snipe me all you want. Honestly, even if you see me in public, it's better than you sitting there the whole time knowing who I am and I don't know that you know who I am. I feel like it disarms the situation to tell me that you know who I am. If you see Bookie in public, just stare at him. No words, no blinking. No, pretend like you're recording me on your phone, and then every time I almost catch you, just like put your phone away in the most chalant way possible or whatever, in the most conspicuous way possible, and then just like deny that you did it. I think that's a lot funnier. How do you cross the border on a train? You don't. So you go wait in a line, which, by the way, is filled with like Ukrainian refugees right now. There's like tons and tons of Ukrainians just waiting on both sides of the border. On the US side, there's like a tent with supplies for people. And then on the other side, the last time I crossed the border, maybe like a week ago, there weren't nearly as many people as there are there now. Now I would say there's a good like 8 times as many people. Like, it stretches all the way from the beginning of the border fence to like far where like the cars drop you off and stuff. But anywho, you pass through there, which is like customs and whatever, and then the second you walk out of the customs building, there's a tram to pick you up. So you just hop right on that tram and it's like 45 minutes and then you're here. But yeah, there's lots and lots. And like, I don't know if all of them are Ukrainian, because the sad thing is, I think there are a bunch of Mexicans that are like hopping on that train as well. I think I saw like a news article or like a video where there's a bunch of Mexican people trying to get in on the refugee thing as well and get across, thinking that it's going to be a little bit more lax. I think anytime there's news that they're going to be a little bit more lax at the border or they're letting more people through, I think people take that as their opportunity to kind of try their luck and see if they can get across. So there's like always a bunch of people like that mixed up in it, and I think they're kind of clogging the Border Patrol people's jobs, but I don't know. Not to like moralize the situation or whatever, but just like what I'm observing. But yeah, there's a lot of Ukrainians on both sides of the border now. Much more on the Mexico side, which is kind of sad. Because there was a tent with maybe like 6 people on the Mexico side, or on the U.S. side, I'm sorry, under like one little canopy. But on the other side, there's like families and families and families of Ukrainian people like stretching all the way through the borderline. So I don't know what's up with that. You only have a few volunteers on the other side of the border, and nobody's being let through. It's not like they're waiting in the line and like getting moved in. They're like all set up. They have camping chairs and canopies and tons of coolers with food. I mean, like, I was there at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and they were all there. So my guess is that they're having to sleep there overnight, because there were some like tents and stuff. I don't know what's up with that, honestly. Have you ever considered repurposing a van and streaming out of that? It takes a lot of money. So you're probably gonna want between 10 and 15 grand just for like a decent van. And nowadays the prices are crazy, so I don't know what that would be. Then you're probably gonna want at least another like 5 to 10 to build it out, assuming you're not doing like too much complicated stuff with electricity. The thing is, like, things add up very quickly. Like, so you're gonna buy all that lumber, and lumber isn't cheap either right now. Like, lumber prices have gone up too. So you're gonna need lumber, you're gonna need all the hardware, you're gonna need to invest the time, which nobody talks about, the time to build everything out. It's very resource intensive. And then once all that's done, you have to decide, like, do you want a water system in there? Do you want electricity? If you want electricity, how are you gonna get it? How are you gonna store it? Are you gonna get lead acid batteries? Are you gonna get lithium ion? Or, because they cost very different, you know? And then you have to make the determination about solar or not using solar, you know? It seems like one of those things that are cheap and cute, but it's actually a money pit. Yeah. I think the best thing is to like wait for car prices to go down and then get one cheap like I did. I don't think I paid more than $1,000. I think I paid like $600 or $700 or something like that, maybe $1,200. I don't really remember, for my van, and that lasted me months and months and months. So it ended up being worth more than like what rent would, for sure. But there aren't a lot of those deals, and that van was like a ticking time bomb for, you know, falling apart and not being good anymore. And that's the other thing, is if you're using the van how you ought to, you know, like you're going to national parks and you're going outside and you're going camping, you're gonna ruin it like a lot quicker. Or even if you're going on a road trip between like the national parks and stuff, like America's a really, really big place, and you're gonna run it into the ground that way, you know? So it ends up costing you a lot of money. A lot of money. Lots and lots. So that's kind of the problem there. But yeah, if I ran into a cheap one, I would be happy to have it. I'm even happy to have the broken one, honestly. I'm getting rid of it, but you know, it's convenient to have. So you make miles real quick. Yeah, same with motorcycles, you know. I'll try to be quiet. I don't want to wake this guy up too much. There's a lot of that here, it's very, very sad. You know, like at least in Mexico, everybody's kind of fucked, you know? Bougie people living in fucking glass towers, like getting drunk, listening to fucking cowboy music on the West Coast, dressed up like cowboys. And then they hop into their like $100,000 truck with their wife, whose chest is worth more than like what that homeless person sees in like 2 or 3 years, you know, like crawl past and tiptoe past people sleeping on the ground, you know? It's just like, man, that's tough. It's a very tough thing. So one cool thing I like about San Diego is that this Bay Area like loops around. So you see over here, it loops around and it comes back here. And you see all that city? That's where we started. So we've actually gone pretty far in like the short time that we've been live, maybe 45 minutes. We've gotten all the way here to the other side. So pretty cool, man, pretty cool. We should rent a car and go to a Wendy's drive-thru. Honestly, I wish we could do motorcycle streams. Like, I'm pretty sure I could ramble and not look at you guys for like hours and just like do a motorcycle stream. But we have to do baby steps, you know what I mean? Like, I got to figure out the kinks in this, and then we'll figure out how to do something a little more complicated like that. But, you know, I probably need a whole new phone too. My phone's already at like 32%. Also potentially dangerous. I don't think it would be that dangerous. Like if I'm riding on roads I've ridden on before, I have the route already planned out in my head, probably not that dangerous. Now, if I was trying to get somewhere in the middle of downtown LA at nighttime and I was talking to you guys, that would be troublesome. You know, that's some high level difficulty motorcycle riding, or like going in a canyon with you guys. But if I just like bip bop around the city and stuff, I don't think it's that big of a deal. You also wouldn't be reading chat while moving, I hope. No, maybe at stoplights and stuff, but certainly not while I'm moving. It's just simply not possible. The phone would shake and stuff. So I'm not sure I could. The physics of it would keep me honest for sure. Man, there's so much on Twitch that I haven't covered. In some ways, I'm sad because I haven't streamed in like a long time. And I feel like I'm watching some stuff that I really wish I could have watched with you guys. On the other hand, I like that I've just been doing my own thing. I've been talking about my own stuff, looking at my own videos, watching my own anime, you know, like, how is that cool? Well, it's not cool for you guys, it's cool for me. The drama was boring, you missed nothing. Well, I missed the banning of one of the most important creators in my space, so I don't know, bro. Did I really? I feel like that's kind of a big deal. Did you go to TJ? I live in TJ. I have Airbnb in TJ until the middle of April. So right now the plan is that on the 20th, I'm gonna go to Europe, probably to Denmark, Copenhagen, and then after maybe 2 weeks in Denmark, we'll go somewhere else. So some places on my list are gonna be Belgium, that other one, what's the other one? There's Denmark, there's Belgium, there's the Netherlands. Yeah, so the Netherlands in July for sure because there's TwitchCon. But let me think. Oh, Germany is definitely one that I want to do, but I don't know if I can do Germany. Like, Germany's really huge. I got to reach out to all the people that offered last time to host, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to... Kyiv? No. Luxembourg? If somebody reaches out from Luxembourg, sure. I'm definitely not going to Ukraine. You know what? I hear that Dylan Burns is going over there. If Dylan Burns and I are in Europe at the same time, maybe I'll go over to Poland, because I think he's going to Poland, and I'll hang out with Dylan Burns. That would be kind of cool. And then I have people that I know that are in Poland. So if he's in Warsaw, I have a few people that live in Warsaw that we could hang out with. So that would be kind of cool. He'll be in Poland for sure for 2 months. Yeah, it's a long time. So then we'll probably see Dylan Burns. The thing is, Poland is kind of far from like Western Europe. So like the west coast of Europe is like quite a far plane ride from Poland. But maybe I'll endure it and I'll do a single flight and just hang out for a few days or something. Would you ever come down to Miami? If somebody offered to host me, maybe, bro. What I'm doing right now is every single person who messages me, regardless of where in the world they live, let me know the accommodations you could provide. If you are willing to show me around, talk about what we would do, what time of year it's best to go there. And I note all of that into my Notion, and then I'm gonna go through that at different times in the year. So like right now, everything is planned until maybe like end of July, and then after that I'm free. And then I'm free all the way until October, because in October there's TwitchCon in San Diego. So I'll be back here in this city, in San Diego. We already have an Airbnb booked, I'm going with some other streamers. And yeah, that should be fun. I'll get to see IRL and Wicked Supreme and Irrelevant and probably Destiny. Although I actually don't know. I would assume Steven would go, but TwitchCon should be fun. I don't think TwitchCon will be fun. I think hanging out and drinking with streamers and stuff will be fun. And my understanding is that happens outside of TwitchCon. My understanding is TwitchCon is completely boring and lame. And it's a waste of money. And it's pretty fucking boring. The only fun part is that a bunch of streamers are like in the same area and they do parties and hangouts together, and people that you see online all the time, you get to like take it a step beyond parasocial, you know, and you get to hang out with them. So that's the way it's been explained to me. That's the way I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely not hyping up TwitchCon to be anything fun or special. It's mostly you know, the people that I would see and stuff, and the interactions that you don't get outside of it. So that's my thinking, at least, on that. So incredibly pog we got to stream today. Yeah, an hour. That's about all I could squeeze out of this phone battery. I'm totally sorry about that, but you know, it's something. You get to hear my voice, you know I'm alive, and ask questions and hang out. I'm gonna do something illegal, matter of fact.